bad spot out here, is it?
I can't go back in there right now. It's just not going to happen. I can't believe I reacted that way.
Cut yourself some slack here. It's your first official day on the job, and your first patient is a gravely ill young kid, and he's just dropped dead on you. As a medic, you learn from your reaction and you move on.
Is it always that easy though?
Well, there isn't really time for it not to be.
I just wanted to have a good first day, you know?
My first day was a hellish one. On my first round, I had this thin old woman. I'll always remember she greeted me with a cheeky smile. But she looked very ill. You could see it in her face. Anyway, I checked her vitals. She was in a serious condition, but stable. So I continued on my round. I'd taken no more than 50 steps when I heard this piercing yelp coming through her cubicle curtain. And my heart just started racing. I rushed back to her, and she was breathing heavily, staring blankly. And the attending physician came bounding in as well. And while he was poring over her notes, I looked at this woman. She had tears in her eyes, and she looked terrified. I asked her if she could remember me. And she looked me straight in the eyes, gently smiled, and whispered, "Angel." Then she took a deep breath and went silent, sudden cardiac arrest. I went to resuscitate, but was told not to. She was DNR. And you know, as the physician was leaving the room, he pulled me aside and congratulated me on killing my first patient.
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah, it was just an older, more experienced doctor playing the power game. I was just concerned that this woman had died under my care on my first round, and I'd only been going for an hour. Look, I better be getting back in there, so I'll give you another 10 minutes.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
For weeks I had nightmares about that first day. Thin old woman, the yelp. But she did die staring into my eyes, believing that I was some sort of an angel, so I'd like to think that if I wasn't there for her medically, I was there for her emotionally. And I saw you back there. You were there for that child as he took his last breath. You won't forget. You can't. But you do have to accept his death and carry on. You did all you could for him.